We encourage you to engage with us. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to use the chat function. Our team will be actively monitoring the chat, ready to address your queries at the end of the call. So first, let's make some introductions. Firstly, I'd like to introduce Raja Sharma. He is our technical director here at Wonks and will be assisting Josh, offering some real-life examples and value to the presentation. So please take the advantage of his wealth and ask as many questions as you like. Joshua Biddle, our Business Development Manager, he will be today's presenter for the webinar. We also have Nick Rising, our Sales Director, who has a special offer for everyone attending today. And I'm Olivia Howard, the Sales Traffic Controller, dedicated to ensuring the sales team and processes run smoothly. So without further ado, Joshua, would you like to take it away?
Thank you, Livy. Yes, and the housekeeping here, as Livy has just spoken about. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions. We're all here to learn, all here to have a good experience.
You're muted, Josh.
There we go. Can you all hear me now? Is that all right? Beautiful. Okay. So yes, so let's us begin with today's agenda. We'll be covering 5 different points in today's webinar. We'll be doing overview of ad platforms, audience targeting, cost and return on ad spend, creative capabilities and placements, and analytics and tracking capabilities. So let's go on to the first slide. Budget mentality and what is it? So in our experience with Wonks, we have come across a lot of prospects who have this budget mentality. So for example, let's say they'll allocate $1,000 a month on their ad campaigns, and they'll set it and forget it, and that'll just keep on repeating. What they might not know is, or what you might not know is, this is actually quite a restrictive approach to spending, focusing to help control your immediate spending. However, this is not only always beneficial due to the nature of your ad's performance. Through data analysis, you can take charge of your ad spending. And here at Wonks, actually, you would have your project manager whose job it is to monitor and advise on the budget and make it work for you. So for example, let's say you're running a campaign and it's not going so well. It's not going as you would expect it. Instead of keeping the ad spend the same allocation, you can either pause it, decrease it, or even allocate it to another campaign. Vice versa, if your ad is performing extremely well, you might look at doubling your ad spend and doubling your leads and your sales. Which platforms offer paid advertising? What are the options? So I assume a lot of you would be affiliated or know about most of these platforms here that you can see. And in the continuing slides, I'm going to be going through a few of them and advising on the special, unique services that each can advise you. Let's start off with the big one, Google, the necessary evil. So Google is an advertising tool that allows your business to reach potential customers through targeted online ads. Using the vast reach of Google's search engine and display network, Google Ads help businesses of all sizes, doesn't discriminate, to increase visibility, drive traffic, and boost sales. Among the few unique services that Google offers, one of them is the Performance Max campaign, which is great for small businesses. And this campaign automates ad creation, targeting, bidding, and makes it easier for those who don't have a lot of know-how to run effective campaigns. They also offer Google Shopping Ads, which allows retailers to deploy product images directly in the search results. If you are selling a product online, shopping ads are vital as we are in the here and now generation. People are very visual and they want to see the product, and also this showcase your product against your competitors and allows your customers to do a quick price match, quick price gauge as well, if you're selling the same product. Google also offers in-depth analytics with an analytics integration, and I will touch on the importance of this later on in the webinar. Google also has YouTube advertising. As part of the Google ecosystem, advertisers can leverage YouTube for a video and ad campaigns as well, which reaches out to a vast audience with targeted video content. And you also have local service ads. So perhaps, let's say you are in the trades, you only service a niche area around you, you don't drive too far, and these ads will appear in the top search results with Google at the guaranteed badge. So that builds trust and also attracts customers for you, because of course you want to go with a business that you trust. Next up, we have the next social giant, Meta. Meta. So Meta ads encompassing Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger provide a platform for businesses to reach out and engage with a broad audience, as well as Google. Ones that benefit from this would be hospitality, retail, and e-commerce. They thrive on Meta, easily being able to engage with their audience with highly interactive advertising. Some unique services that they offer as well. So Facebook shops and Instagram shopping, you can set these up stores directly and pretty quickly too. Messenger and WhatsApp integration. So when you go on a website, you might see a chat box that pops up that enables you to speak with a representative of the business straight away. So you're not talking to a robot, you're talking to a real life person. And this gets you engaged in conversation and directs you to what you're looking for pretty quickly. And then we also have on Instagram, you can add stories, which engages users with a full screen immersive ad with a click through to your Instagram page, which you can then follow onto your website as well. So for these, I actually see, and you would have seen as well, quite often for retail or hospitality, especially with restaurants. I see a lot of food, and then it makes me hungry, and then you go and have a look at what the rest they have on their menu. So yeah, but you can also use it for pop-ups and promos as well. Moving on, we have LinkedIn. So LinkedIn specializes as a platform for B2B marketing. This allows businesses to reach a professional audience. It is ideal for promoting products, services, job postings, and company updates to decision makers and industry professionals. And let's look at a few of the unique services that LinkedIn offers as well. One of the services is sponsored in-mail, and this allows businesses to send a personalized message directly to users' LinkedIn inboxes. I've had this before. The emails that I usually get to are offering a service to help with my role, how I can improve it, like a tool that I can use, or even a pitch for how we can improve the business overall. So it's a great way to connect with the higher ups, going straight to the decision makers, I would say. LinkedIn also offers LinkedIn Learning. So this provides educational content and courses for businesses to use to further develop their employees as well. And we have detailed professional targeting. So using this tool, it's highly specific for B2B targeting, including company, job function, and seniority level. This would benefit, let's say, for example, you are a office supply business and you're purely wholesale B2B. This would be a tool that you would use, one of the services. Now, not many of you might use Bing or have been on Bing a lot, especially with Microsoft Edge. And Bing is known as Microsoft Advertising, which is now known as Microsoft Advertising, is a platform that allows its business to reach the audience through the Bing search engine. And it's also partners with networks such as Yahoo and AOL. So similar to the Google search engine. However, Microsoft Advertising also offers unique opportunities to tap into the market segment, which, unlike Google, is often overlooked as Google is the more popular platform. However, this can also be a benefit to you as well. So we are noticing here at Wonks, we have noticed a lot of the older demographic in New Zealand have begun using Bing, the search engine. And this could be due to the sale of the Microsoft Surface laptop. And also Bing comes as the default search engine, which many people don't change. So myself, I would go to Chrome, but many people don't change their search engine. So they would naturally use Bing. Also, we've noticed a lot of the younger demographic starting to use Bing as well for Copilot, which is AI there, a more advanced search. And potentially in the future, Bing could overtake Google with its advanced search since it can be overlooked. Advertising on this platform can be cost effective due to the lack of competition currently in this space. And let's look at the unique services for Bing. So action extension is one service. Bing provides action extensions that allows users, yourselves, to take specific actions directly from the ad. For example, a call to action like order now or book now. And this improves conversion rates and user engagement. Microsoft Bing also allows advertising editor, which allows the user to edit and optimize their campaigns offline, which can be quite handy. Moving on to X, formerly known as Twitter before Elon Musk took over. X offers your business a platform to reach a highly engaged audience. With its real-time nature and extensive targeting options, X ads provide your business with a unique opportunity to connect with your target audience in a meaningful way. A few of the services we have is promoted trends. This allows businesses to promote their hashtags at the top of the trending list to spark larger conversations. We also have promoted moments. This enables the creation of tweets, I think it's still called tweets, to tell a story around a particular event or campaign. And then we also have Twitter polls, which allows you to engage with your users, encouraging them to participate in polls directly within their timelines. And of course, the main benefit for X is it's on the pulse. It's real-time engagement and trending topics as they occur to stay up to date. What we have noticed here at Wonks in the New Zealand market, a lot of businesses currently aren't really using the space for X and not advertising on this platform. Therefore, your dollar will actually go a lot further because there's less competition in New Zealand. Even if X is not part of your marketing strategy right now, with just, let's say, an extra $50 a month, you can greatly increase your impressions in a cost-effective manner. Wonks here, we are active on X and we also advertise on there. And in the recent month, just gone, we had around 1.2 million impressions. And this only cost our business $460 for the month, being super transparent here. So could be a really good advantage to benefit from X, but also in terms of any posting on there, be warned, as it is a social media platform. Anyone can comment anything. You have no control over what people say. Looking on to audience targeting. So here we have social media versus search engine. So the search engine is Microsoft and Google, and the social media is the other, X, Facebook, Meta, what I spoke about. So social media targeting involves using data-driven strategies to reach specific audience on social media platforms. By leveraging the user data, such as demographics, interests, behaviors, and locations, businesses can deliver personalized content to your target market, lifting engagement and conversion rate. So all social media platforms offer demographic targeting, interest, behavior, custom and lookalike audience, also location targeting and remarketing. So as spoken about in the previous slides just now, each social media platform offers their unique services, but all have the same as just above here. So quick surmise of the social platforms. Meta excels in integrating social commerce and messaging services, really takes advantage of that. LinkedIn is unparalleled in the professional networking, education, and recruitment. And X's great benefit is focusing on the real-time engagement and promoted content. And the amount of the audience that you can reach is crazy as per the stats just now. Search engine. So with search engine audience, targeting involves tailoring online advertising campaigns to reach specific audience based on their search queries, their browsing behavior, and also their demographics and interests as well. So both Google and Bing both use keyword targeting, demographic targeting, geographic, device, audience, and remarketing as well. So those are what they have in common. So to surmise, conclusion for Google excels with its extensive ecosystem. Again, most people use Google, so the wealth of data it has and search as well is unparalleled, with smart campaigns for small businesses and deep integration with Google Analytics as well for strategic marketing decision. Whereas Bing uses its unique strength, which would be Copilot, its AI integration, which is currently ahead of Google, but Google I'm sure will catch up in time. So that uses its advanced AI integration. Moving on to cost effectiveness and return on investment. What is your goal as a business? So here we have 3 different strategies that will be unique to each of your businesses here today. And determining your market strategy is to prioritize your goals according to your unique business objectives. So if we start with the first point, brand awareness. So brand awareness is to be prioritized if your business is entering, let's say, a new market or facing a strong competition. But it's also good to create create a reputation for yourself, for your business, who you are, develop your brand, and one that your customers can associate themselves with. Creating a Google display campaign is an effective and inexpensive strategy to increase your business reach. And this allows you to target your competitors as well by using keywords. And you can cap this at $5 a day. So let's say $150 a month. And this is a campaign that you can sort of set and forget and maybe update with different competition that you find throughout. So really an effective way of increasing your brand awareness and reach. And also if we head over to Meta. So Meta ads are also a great way for you to showcase your business in a story where you can either do a video or a static image. And you can run display ads using good video content for your younger generation or audience on TikTok to raise awareness for your brand. If you go viral, boom, everyone will hear about you. And TikTok is a great place to go viral. Moving on to lead generation. I don't know if you can hear, but I think it's hailing outside right now. So hopefully you can still hear me all right. Lead generation and sales go hand in hand together if you have a brochure website, where your website will focus on lead generation. But let's say you have an e-commerce business, you would need people to make purchases on your site, so your main target will be sales. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with analytics, as I spoke about, one of the unique services that Google offers, which is Performance Max campaigns, they offer an effective and user-friendly solution for lead generation. And this is great because it can be used for both brochure and also for e-commerce. The only difference is if you're using it for a brochure website, you have the absence of shopping ads. Meta lead generation as well, you can introduce a remarketing campaign with products. So for example, let's say you're retail, and you can have Facebook carousels. So this can highlight all of the products at the same time for someone to buy online, or it can also be, if you're a brochure, a particular service, so people can submit their details, thus generating a conversion and a lead. Again, each goal has its own unique costs, and that will be your focus. So if you have brand awareness as your main objective, cost per unique user on your website will be your primary cost looked at. You want to see how far your site reaches, where the audience is seeing your site from, and where are they coming to visit it over the course of your campaign since it's been live. If you're looking for lead generation as your main objective, the most important aspect to measure is your KPIs. And this could be understanding cost per lead metric. And this will be different for all of you, for every single one of your businesses. What does a lead look like for you, for yourself? Also, you will need a second conversion rate. So once you've got that lead, how can you convert them into a conversion? And are they actually converting into real business for you? And then we have your sales objective. If sales is your main objective, your return on your ad spend would be closely monitored for you, one to look at to see how effective it is. However, additionally, what's interesting is it's not the only point that you should focus on as business owners. So we here at Wonks, we've also noticed that a few people solely focus on return on ad spend, whereas you should also be focusing on the profit percentage. So the overall net profit percentage. So for example, let's say return on ad spend is calculated on the revenue number, not your net profit number. So if your profit margin is 25%, you would need to have ×4 return of ad spend to be profitable. And let's say it is 12.5%, it will be double that, so 8 for return on ad spend. But again, throughout this, it's all a process of elimination. It's a good idea to try all the platforms you are using and to measure each platform the same you will with your KPIs. So whatever benchmark you have currently, look for strategies to depress that figure, and it's an important part to focus on. How important is visual appeal? So your ad formats and your creativity. How are you going to get people's attention? So evaluate the ad formats and creative possibilities offered by each platform and the unique services. Facebook and Instagram are known for their visually engaging formats like carousel ads, as spoken about earlier, and stories, which may be effective for your brand awareness campaigns. Meanwhile, Google Ads predominantly feature text-based ads, but also support responsive search ads and shopping ads, catering to users actively searching for products and services. So it's a great tool for your brand awareness, but also for sale generation as well. Overall, though, utilizing Google Analytics when using these Google campaigns, getting data to make decisions, but at the start, you will also start with a general idea of what your marketing strategy should look like, and then you refine it by using the analytics offered by Google and offered by Meta as well. So if we move on to leading into analytics and tracking capabilities. So you'd want to, analytics are hugely important, very vital to give you strategic ideas and decisions making for your future marketing campaigns. And it's very important as it gives you the tracking capabilities provided by each platform. So Google Ads offers robust tracking through Google Analytics, enabling in-depth analysis of user behavior and conversion paths. Similarly, Meta Ads Manager provides detailed insights into ad performance, audience demographics, and engagement metrics as well. One thing with Google is the Google machine learning. It's a great tool to tap into and goes hand in hand with your analytics and also your ads as well. They basically talk to each other constantly, and your ads can be optimized through the help of machine learning in terms of finding that niche, finding that demographic that you are catering for. Google Analytics is the paramount of free tools for reporting. Meta and X are also good as well. They are great analytical tools, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the capabilities that Google does at this stage. So for example, Meta will only track Meta, X will only track X, whereas Google tracks all platforms. Wonks also hosts a range of educational content for Google and Meta Analytics. As I understand, it can be quite complex and complicated and where to begin. So we actually have that on our website underneath our media tab. So if you have spare time, if you manage to have free time, I know everyone's busy these days, but we have quite a lot of educational content of understanding the analytics as well, which could be good for you to have a look at and peruse at your leisure. Moving on to our next slide, we have ad placement and user experience. So this ties in for both the two previous slides for how important your visuals are and also your analytics and tracking as well. So what you want to do is you compare the placement options and user experience on different platforms. So for example, LinkedIn ads, as we spoke about, are predominantly displayed with the professional networking context in mind, potentially leading to higher engagement from business-oriented audience. In contrast, Meta ads seamlessly integrate into the user's feeds, offering a more interactive experience, but also you've got to be wary of ad fatigue with that. And if you're having a product you're selling online, Google shopping ads are your number one friend. So here at Wonks, we've seen an increase of, or a higher, 30% higher return rate on those that do shopping ads rather than search campaigns. And this is all about what I said before we're visual. We want to see the product, click us, take through straight to the landing page, and we go from there. Less decision making, easier user journey. And so by utilizing the analytics, you can find out, from different trying, you can find out which suits better for you, which platform works for you, and how to place it. How should your advertising, your campaigns look like? And that's what we do here at Wonks as well. So our project managers, they make strategic decisions based on the analytics and the data, and they offer advice on where to allocate the ad budget, but also how to optimize the campaigns running to help depress that figure spent. Again, there are different demographics for all the different platforms that we have covered today. So you have age, gender, location, and channels of why your audience is reaching your sites. And by measuring this for yourself, you have an insight as to what platform will work for you. And by utilizing all of this information and analytics, what would be benefit for your business and also in the long term succeed in those goals and objectives that you have in place. So I will now hand over to Raja, our technical director, for further insight into the market. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for that, Josh. And I appreciate you going through all those slides as well. So what I would like to add in here is we as a company at Wonks, we are basically media neutral. So we take an approach with an omni-channel perspective. That means whatever platform that you're using, whichever media platform that you would like to go ahead with, we would like to keep things open and want to understand that what's working and what's not working for you. So there is no one size fits all. There is no one platform is going to perform exactly similar for same industry, different brands. They all work hand in hand together to make your brand stand out, make the sales for you, make the leads for you as well. So that's where I want to emphasize more on that omni-channel approach perspective. So what you can see on the screen, there's a screenshot which actually tells you on the bottom right corner, there is a small metric called touch point to a key event. So what that means is this is how many touch points end user will need to take for that particular client in the last 30 days for a conversion or a key event to happen. So this number, I think, was sitting at 5.38. So that means this person, on an average, needs to go through 5 touch points of your website before they make a decision of completing a sale, making a conversion on the website. And these touch points are actually the channels that are bringing traffic to your website. They could be a meta ad, they could be your Google organic search, a shopping ad from Google, a LinkedIn advertising, or an email that you send out to your subscribers every month. So all of those touch points or the channels contribute in and giving a more understandable brand to a customer that they would like to engage with, they would like to go ahead with. So in the same report, you would see Google actually also, this report is from Google Analytics, and this actually also shows you there are early touch points, there are mid touch points, and there are late touch points. Early touch points being when a person just came into the market and starting to make that search, and they came to your website for the very first time. They want to experience it in a way, they want to know what you stand for, what are the things that you're offering, and then they go back and discuss with their friends, discuss other things, look at some meta ads, look at some other perspectives. But then they come to the mid touch point, coming back again and look at another viewpoint of your website to make that decision better. And then the late touch point comes in when they actually make a conversion on your website. So when we look at an omni-channel approach, we consider all of these touch points really important for the end user to make that sale. So just to give you an example, we have a client who is selling high-end bed covers, bed linens, duvets, for example. And they understood that their target market was 59 plus females who are in New Zealand and majorly 59 plus audience. So they did a bit of a research in the market and understood there were about 1 million 59 plus users in New Zealand. And 80% of them do not have any mortgage or have mortgage with less than 100K on it. So they understood that that's the target market. They are the ones with the money, and they should definitely get the cut through. So what they did was, as the first touch point or early touch points, they are doing a lot of advertising on Meta. We know a lot of older demographics are on Facebook at the moment. So they basically using a lot of good wording, good assets, and good imagery to showcase their product, because that's the first point of getting them to understand the brand, what they stand for, how good the quality is, what's the experience for the brand. This mid touch point, they use a lot of performance max campaigns, search campaigns, email as well, where they're basically showcasing if that person, for example, knows about that brand now, and if they go happen to search on Google or Bing, ad shows up, showing up their recent sale that is happening, recent promotion, or the latest season product category that they have launched, showcasing all of that at the same time, giving them a second opinion to make that decision. And when the late touch point comes in, this same performance max campaign increases the bid on Google to make sure that sale actually happens for them. So what we notice with this particular client, that on an average, they do about $10,000 a day daily revenue online. But when they go on a sale, this actually shoots up to 200K a day easily. So just because people are basically waiting for that sale to happen, these sales are not big. They're only like 5-10% off on the market. But what actually that gives that a perspective of, these people know the brand, they know the value of it, they want to spend a bit higher on that cost, and they're happy to spend that money. And the minute they see a sale happening, they know they want to make a decision straight away. It is all about educating the type of people, educating your market that you want to advertise on. And this takes a whole lot of approach across different channels to do that for a market. No one channel will give you the leads by itself. The minute you plug in another channel, another platform to start working with you, you will start doing your main one actually performs better. Your organic listing gets better visibility. You get better click-through rate. You get better conversions coming out of it. So hence, we definitely emphasize the first and foremost thing would be, you need to understand what your budget that you're comfortable with in spending online. Let's say it's $1,000 a month that you want to invest. Then we will actually strategize. Let's put a fraction of that on Google advertising, a fraction on that on social media. If you have LinkedIn, your B2B business, we do some B2B advertising as well. And then we collect the data for that month. And we tell you, this is what exactly is happening. It's very expensive on LinkedIn. It's very cheap on social media. Let's optimize your campaigns again. Let's put more budget towards where you're making more reach, better product consideration. And that's when we make decisions of making all these channels work for you. So for the next slide, if you go to Josh, what we also would like to emphasize on is understanding your unique selling proposition, your USP for the product. What we often see in the market is a client will ask a question that a particular term is being searched 1,000 times a day. Why am not showing ads 1,000 times a day? The first and foremost important part is you do not want to show your ads to all the 1,000 people who are making those searches, because in that particular case, only Google is making money, not you. So second of all, you need to understand, out of all those searches, who are your target market? Maybe as similar to that brand, a lot of people searches for duvet covers or bed linen online, but they will be searching from Kmart, from warehouse, from farmers, from a very fancy designer store in Auckland or somewhere else. But everyone is a different audience. Not Kmart audience will never buy a $500 duvet cover. So they need to understand who their market is. They only need to go into the share of that market for their target audience. And that's important because I'm assuming everyone's budget is very limited. You don't want to spend $1,000 a day on targeting everyone who's making that search. So look for the lowest hanging fruit where you can definitely capture the market a little bit better and more cost effectively. Once you have a better reach in that market, you have better share in that market, you can think about increasing your spend and go to wider audience and bring them into your market as well to get them a little bit better consideration for the product. So this is really important when we do any advertising, is no platform fits everyone. So you have to test out how it works for you, what is working, what is not working, and keep on experimenting, keep on improving things from there on. For example, you do something today, it's going to give you a benchmark that you need to improve tomorrow. As long as you're making improvements there, I think you're in the right phase. It will eventually come. Your sales, your leads will eventually come. And thank you, Richard, for asking that question. I would like to address that. So congratulations on having that online course as well. So what we would like to suggest, first of all, as I was saying, understand how much is the money or the budget that you're happy to spend. If you have that ballpark number that you're comfortable to invest in a first couple of months to see how that goes, we will like to emphasize on, I think the first and foremost thing would be, how do you get people to consider your course? So do you want to do some advertising, for example, display ads on Facebook, B2B ads on LinkedIn? Whatever budget that you're happy with, we would like to start off with that. When these people come to your website and we analyze the analytics reporting, we tell you these people are coming, but this is where we are losing them. This is where they are not making that decision. That's the next step for us to understand. How do we get them to make a decision now? Maybe they will not sign up to an online course on their first visit. They only want to sign up to an email which is free of cost and get a glimpse of that course. So, but now you have a touch point to go back to them in an email platform because you have their email address. That will be another touch point, another channel that you can bring in your reporting, another targeting way for that particular one. So as said, it's really important for us to understand that data for you first and then make your decisions based on which platform, what budget, what is the, I would say, permutation and combination that's going to work for you to work in your favor. I think that's my input, but if you have any further questions, Richard, and anybody else as well, please send that through and we will be able to address that in a one-on-one session as well. Cheers, I'll leave that with you guys.
Thanks, guys. I'll pass you on to Nick now, and he will give you a special offer before we get into the $500 cash prize.
All right. Thank you, team. A great informative presentation. More importantly, thank you to all of you who attended the webinar today. If you have any further questions about the presentation today, or you would like to discuss how Wonks can be of assistance to your business, please feel free to contact us via the website. A special offer to all of you who have attended today. During the month of June, we will complete our foundation product, the Data Health Kit, for only $1,600 ex GST. So normally it's $1,900, so there's a $300 saving for you. The next webinar will be on Wednesday, the 26th of June at 2 p.m. and we will be talking about the value of structured data and essential SEO for your website. A very popular topic, which I'm sure will be of interest to all of you, so that is not to be missed. Registration is quick and easy via our website, as usual. All right, back to you now, Livy.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. So our winner for the $500 cash prize today goes to Bruce Cattell. So congratulations, Bruce. We will be in touch with you to award you your $500.
Nice.
So thank you all for joining us here today. As always, it's a pleasure, and we hope to see you at the next webinar at the end of June. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you, bye.
Bye.